When you're working with ControlNets and T2I adapters, you sometimes have a situation that occurs when you go ahead and change your model, you change the preprocessor, and as soon as you choose your preprocessor, let's go and choose a preprocessor. Let's choose OpenPose. Let's say you choose this guy here. Now, what happens is that when you connect everything up and you replace it here, you connect everything up, and then you hit the Q prompt. Sometimes nothing happens and the software just seems to get stuck right at the beginning. In that situation, what's happening is that the software is downloading some extra files that you need to run the preprocessors. So it's not just we generally speaking just download the models, but we usually don't go ahead and download every single preprocessor. So sometimes the software will need to download sometimes quite hefty files for the preprocessor. That will happen at runtime. When you hit the Q prompt, you'll suddenly find yourself waiting and waiting and waiting. It doesn't mean that the software has crashed. It just means that somewhere the software is trying to find the files that it needs to run. And in that situation, you check the prompt window, you check the command window, and you'll see a notice telling you that some files are downloading. Sometimes it's fairly large files, so it can take a bit of time. But I wouldn't be too alarmed if the software just suddenly starts at the point of running one of the control nets or an adapter. And I think the same applies also. For the control LoRa's. So that's something to bear in mind. It's just part of the workflow that you sometimes have to wait for the moment you press Q prompt for the software to start downloading the file. It doesn't do it, it doesn't do it as soon as you set up the workflow. It just does it when you hit the Q prompt, which is, a little bit annoying, but yeah, it should happen just once. So for each preprocessor, you'll have the possibility it may happen just the once. But remember, we already downloaded a whole bunch of preprocessors already. So many of the models, many of the control nets will actually work just fine without any further downloads.